Yes guys, you've read that title correctly. Today I will trade for 24 hours in my car to see exactly how much money I can make or of course lose. The challenge starts now. Normally I'm only trading the New York session, but for today I'm making an exception and I will trade the London session as well. So let's see what we have. For the London session, I will look on the M15 for liquidity levels, and on the 1 minute, I will look for a potential entry. On gold, I have these two liquidity levels on the M15, waiting for either one of them to get swept. On US 30, the upper liquidity level on the M15 was swept, and on the 1 minute, I will now wait for a market structure shift in order for me to enter. On USD CHF, currently nothing going on, price is pretty slow here. Nasdaq is approaching the upper liquidity level as we speak. GBP USD approaching the lower liquidity level. And Euro USD, right here I missed the setup. Check this out guys. So on the M15, it swept this liquidity level here, and on the 1 minute it also gave an entry. Okay, if we can see here, it had a market structure shift right here, and we have a fair value gap here, another fair value gap right here, and I would have entered on this second fair value gap. And right now this entry would have been in some nice profits, but it's all good. I'm sure that there will be plenty more opportunities today that we will be able to take. Oh wow, this Euro USD trade is running in some amazing profits. This trade that I missed would have hit the TP, not yet. Right here would have been my my TP, but yeah, very textbook setup. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to take it. It just played out too fast, but yeah, we'll have some more for sure. So I found a opportunity here that I just entered on US 30, a sell. On the M15, I saw a sweep of this liquidity level here, of the upper liquidity level. And then on the 1 minute, what I saw is this. I saw a market structure shift right here, a fair value gap, and I entered right on this fair value gap. And I think the price will head lower from here. Okay, so let's wait and see how this one will play out. All right, so this trade is running really good. It's approaching our TP here. If it hits, we will be up $4,000 for today. As we can see, it found a really good rejection in this fair value gap. The bears kicked in the market and pushed the price lower. So yeah, I think it should hit the TP very soon. Yes, we have one win. We're up 2%. For today, I got a 200K ftmo account, and on it, I'm risking 1% per trade. So I'm risking $2,000. On this trade, TP was smashed, so we made $4,000 on it, which is 2%. Really good trade. As we can see, it had a very beautiful reaction off of the fair value gap, went straight into profit and smashed my my take profit in a relative short period of time. So now we will wait to see if we can find some more opportunities till the New York session will start. And of course, till the New York session starts, I'm planning to head to a McDrive to have some McDonald's because I'm really hungry. And even though it's a trading 24-hour challenge from the car, we still need to eat something, right? So yeah, catch you all in a bit. US 30 might give us another trading opportunity. So right here on the M15 time frame, we can see we have this upper liquidity level and this lower one. And price just swept this upper liquidity level on the M15. And now on the 1 minute time frame, what we need to wait for is a market structure shift towards the downside, and then we will enter on the fair value gap if of course we can get a fair value gap. So let's wait and see what will happen. We might enter a sell on USD CHF based on what I see here. On the M15 we can see that the upper liquidity level was swept right here with this wick looking very beautiful. And on the 1 minute, now we are waiting for a market structure shift. Okay, we would like to see this low right here getting broken on the 1 minute and some imbalance left behind, and we will enter on the fair value gap for a continuation of this bearish push. So US 30 is indeed giving us another opportunity. We have a market structure here on the 1 minute, and we also have this very beautiful fair value gap where I will place my sell entry. Okay, so let's wait for the candlestick to close, and I will also calculate my lot size real quick in order to risk exactly 1%. So just entered it now. It tapped in my fair value gap right here. Now let's just wait and see how it goes. 4 hours into the challenge, and to be honest, my back already aches a bit. I'm really looking forward to going towards McDonald's and eat something because I'm also very hungry. And probably after I eat, I will push my seat a bit further back in order to stretch a little bit, because if I'm already aching, I'm sure it's gonna hurt more and more, and the challenge seems to be a bit harder than expected. US 30 is the MVP today. As we can see right here, it took our break even and now running in very nice profits, pretty close to the take profit. My take profit is here for another 2% win. I moved my stop loss at break even right here. The break even level was hit, and check this out, take profit almost there. Yeah, and take profit was hit. We can now go and eat something at McDonald's, and I'll talk on the way there. So we are headed towards McDonald's finally. I'm super hungry, but in the same time I'm also really impressed about how the challenge is going so far. US 30, the major MVP of today, 2 trades, 2 wins. Wasn't really expecting US 30 to be that good, knowing that we traded London and early New York. And yeah, the setups that we took were valid setups. However, on a normal day, I will not trade like this. No, meaning that I will not take trades during London session as well as New York session. Like I said, I only trade during the New York session. The only reason I wanted to trade London as well today is for making this video more interesting, for you guys to see me enter more trades, so that you'll see exactly my thought process behind each and every single one of these trades, so that afterwards you will be then able to do the same, right? To analyze the markets in the same way and then to enter accordingly. Okay, so understand that I do not recommend you guys to trade both sessions. One of the two is more than enough, because you can see even in London session, right, US 30 still moves. So you can still trade indices during London session, you can still trade currency pairs during London session, and you will still have good results. Same goes for the New York session, okay? You do not have to trade both of these sessions because you will get overwhelmed. I wouldn't be able to do this every single day. Already I have 2 trades that played out, and usually on a normal day I have around 1 trade per day, okay? And the New York Stock Exchange hasn't even opened yet, all right? That's very important for you guys to understand, to not overtrade, even though, like I said, today might be a good day. I mean, it is a very good day so far. We are up because we risk 1% per trade, and we had 2 winning trades so far, so that's 4 RR. That means 4% up on the account. And after we'll eat, we'll probably do a small break before the New York Stock Exchange opens, and then we will continue with our New York trading session, and of course ultimately with our challenge. Victory! We finally arrived at the McDrive. The traffic is insane today. It's Friday, so it's expected to be like this, but man, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry, guys. The food just arrived, and I'm extremely happy and hungry in the same time. So let's get into it, guys. So we're back. The New York session just started. The New York Stock Exchange just opened, and now we are hopping on the charts to see what opportunities we might have today. Okay, starting off with GBP/USD on the hourly time frame. We can see that this pair has been pretty bearish today, okay? We can see that it swept this low right here. We have a valid low right here on the hourly time frame, and the most recent valid high is this one right here, okay? So now on this pair, what I want to see on the 5-minute time frame, I want to see a market structure shift, a bullish market structure shift, a aggressive displacement that leaves imbalance behind, and then if we have a fair value gap, we will enter on the fair value gap. Okay, that's what we have on GBP/USD. On US 30, how does US 30 look today? Okay, so on US 30, the price is looking pretty choppy. I would say we have a valid high right there. And in terms of valid lows, the most recent valid low would be this one right here. Okay, this big bullish candle has a big wick to the upside as well as to the downside, which tells us that there's a lot of indecision right now on US 30. Next up we have USD/CHF, and this USD/CHF chart is looking pretty ugly, I'm not gonna lie. The lower liquidity level would be this one here, okay? and then the upper liquidity level will be this one right here. Okay, these two are my liquidity levels. What I'm waiting now is for one of these two levels to get taken out, and then I will hop on the 5-minute and look for a market structure shift, and then of course for a potential entry. On Euro USD, what do we have here? The price is looking pretty bearish for today. The most recent high is this one right here. Okay, so that's our upper liquidity level, and our most recent low would be this one right here. These lows right here aren't really valid in my opinion. They're too insignificant. So now again, price is in between the liquidity levels. What we need to wait for is a sweep of either one of these liquidity levels, and then we will look to get involved. On gold, we have a upper liquidity level right here, and then the most recent bottom liquidity level would be this one here. Why? Because this liquidity level right here isn't valid. Okay, this right here isn't a valid low. All right, so again, we need now to wait for a sweep. And lastly, we have NAS 100. What do we have on NAS 100? Well, the upper liquidity level is definitely this one here. Very clear market structure in my opinion. And then the bottom liquidity level is this one here that we can see was swept. Okay, so on NAS 100 we have a sweep, and now on the 5-minute, if we go, we need to wait for a market structure shift. We might get it right here. If we get a market structure shift here, a aggressive one, we might have a entry on NAS 100. So yeah, that's the update for now. All right, so two setups formed. The first one is on GBP USD. Okay, we have a market structure shift here. And now I will place the buy limit right on the fair value gap, and I will also send it in my group right afterwards. Okay, let me quickly place the parameters. Okay, this will be the setup. Perfect. Let me quickly save the image and send it. I need to be very fast, but yeah, we have time. It's okay. And the second one is on NAS 100. Okay, over here again we have another market structure shift. We can see we also swept liquidity, looking really good. And we also have this tiny fair value gap right here, okay, where we will place the entry. Stop loss right below, and let's see, it's a decent setup. The TP isn't that big, okay, for us to not take it. So let's save the chart, send it, and afterwards I'll also calculate my lot size. So both trades were sent in my trading group as well, and now I will calculate my lot size in order to know exactly how much I need to enter on these two trades. The Nasdaq trade just became invalid because, as we can see here, yes, it gave us a shift, it gave us a fair value gap right here, but the price continued to head to the upside without tagging us in. And now we can see that it would have been close to our target, and it's also close to the upper liquidity level, hence why we will disconsider it. And GBP/USD also, unfortunately, as we can see here, price literally ran away straight into profit without tagging us in, but it's all good. We'll just recalibrate and look for some other potential setups. Although the previous GBP/USD setup became invalid, it gave us another one just now. We have a market structure shift right here, a beautiful fair value gap, and now we will look to enter on this fair value gap. I am now sending the setup in the group as well, and then I will calculate my own lot size. Okay, looking pretty good. I like the volatility, I like the bullish volume that I see in the market right now on GBP/USD, and we'll see how this setup goes. So we enter the trade right here on the top of the fair value gap, currently running in some drawdown, but let's just wait and see how this one will play out. So besides the GBP/USD setup that is currently running in some nice profits, as we can see, it smashed TP1 right here. USD CHF is forming another setup. We can see that right here on the 5-minute, we swept the liquidity on the 1 hour, and on the 5-minute, we have a market structure shift, a fair value gap right here, and also a head and shoulder. This is the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. And now I will send this setup in my trading group and also place it on the challenge account. All right, the New York trading session just ended, and it wasn't really a great one. On GBP/USD, we had this beautiful reaction here on the fair value gap, smashed TP1, and I closed it around here because it was approaching the end of my trading session. I closed it on a small profit, $500 or 450, something like that. And then on USD CHF, this one, I closed it in some drawdown at minus $500. This one was a valid setup, but it went straight into drawdown, and because it was approaching the end of the session, I decided that it's best to close it. And overall, that brings us to $8,000 for today, which is 4% on the account, which is a really good gain. London session was great. Those two setups on US30 were really, really good. And I'm really happy that we were able to catch them. And to be honest, I kind of expected the New York session to be pretty slow today, knowing that it's Friday. And this brings me to the next thing that I wanted to mention. This week being busy, and also the fact that I was away, I came back home from Dubai. I totally forgot that the day I had in mind to do the challenge today was Friday. And tomorrow is Saturday, the markets will close soon, so there's no point for us to prolong this video since tomorrow the markets will be closed and there's nothing else I can show you guys. I decided that we will end the trading challenge here. And I must say, although it was a good day, a profitable day, I'm really exhausted. And I do not recommend you guys to trade more than one session. This right here is the living proof. I've been staring at the charts for the past 8 hours and I'm super exhausted, and thinking that I would have to do this every single day, no way. I won't be able to do this every single day. Maybe after the first couple days I will for sure burn out. So back to what I was saying, I only traded both sessions today, London and New York, because I wanted to have more action, to be able to show you guys more trading opportunities, to make the video overall more entertaining. But back to what I was saying, what you guys need to understand from this video is that all you need is one single trading session, and that's it. This, guys, is the test. This right here. So I closed out this trade, right? This GBP USD trade, I closed it in a very small profit, right around here, below TP1. And now we can see that this trade is running 1.5 hour in profit. A couple minutes ago is when I ended the week in my community as well, and I checked the chart to see where exactly the price was when I ended the week, and I saw that it was higher than where I exited the trade. And this is the real test for traders. You can never guess the top. It was my decision to close out the trade a bit earlier because it's Friday, right? And there's no need for me to be sad or mad about it, knowing that I closed at $8,000 for the day instead of 11,000. At the end of the day, profit is profit. Same story with USD CHF. I closed this one in drawdown around here, and now we can see that it's running in profit. Okay, approaching the first take profit, but again, nothing to do about it, right? Nothing to be mad, nothing to do about it. At the end of the day, profit is profit, and always you need to respect your decisions. Okay, you need to respect your decisions and your plans. Always on Friday, I look to close after I end my trading session without letting the trade run till the market closure. So that's what I wanted to make you guys aware of, that it is okay to not guess the market perfectly, because we are not able to do that, and there's no need for you to feel mad about it. And on that note, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and comment. And if you also have any other ideas, any challenge ideas, drop them in the comment section as well. And now I will head home and hit the bed immediately.